Okay, lesson 4 is on multiplying and dividing with fractions. Multiplying and dividing fractions, mixed numbers, things like that. So, in your notes, write this down, write down the procedures. First of all, when you're multiplying fractions, here, let's do this. When you're multiplying fractions, you have to convert all the numbers to fraction form. The first thing you have to do is multiply or divide, is to rewrite all the numbers as fractions. So if you have mixed numbers, you have to convert those to fractions, to top-heavy fractions. If you have a whole number, you have to make it a fraction. If you have a decimal, you have to make it a fraction. Okay? So write all numbers as fractions. So, for example, let's say that we have 2 1/4 times 0.3 repeated. How would we rewrite this so that we can multiply these as fractions? Do you know how to change a mixed number to a top-heavy fraction, Garrett? You don't? No. How many pieces would you have if you have 1 1/4? How many total pieces if you cut all of them into fourths? 4 4/4, and 1/4 is 5/4. Yeah. Or if you think of it this way, you multiply the whole number times the denominator. That tells you how many pieces you can get out of the whole number. And then add the pieces you already have. Right? So 1 times 4 is 4, plus the piece you already have is 5, and those are in fourths. Okay? So 1 1/4 we have to convert to 5/4. What is 0.3 repeating as a fraction? 3/9, which is reduced to 1/3. Yep, and that's one you memorized, right? Good. So we have to rewrite this as a fraction. 5/4 times 1/3. Then it says to factor out any common factors. What does that mean? Anybody know? We worked on this last year a little bit. What you'll do is you'll look across and see if there's any common factors you can factor out to reduce this fraction. Okay? One of the ways that we could rewrite this is just over one line. Like 5 times 1 over 4 times 3, right? Oh, we did that before. Because this is the denominator, this is the numerator. We'll multiply. And then, if there's common factors, we can factor this out. Now, you don't have to rewrite it in order to factor common factors out. But that's what the process is. That's what we're doing. If there are no common factors to factor out, then you can just multiply. So what is this answer? Berlin? 5/12, yep. Is that in lowest terms?
Yeah.
How do you know if it's in lowest terms?
5 can't go into 12 evenly.
Good, 5 doesn't go into 12 evenly. And do they have any common factors
No.
that we can, again, pull out of both numbers? No, 2.5. You can't multiply 2.5 to get 12. So then it's not a common factor. Max?
Wait, never mind. Carry on. I had a question and then I realized that you were right. Never
Okay.
mind. Never mind.
All right, no problem. Let's look at example 2 in your book. 9/15 times -5/9. 9/15 times -5/9. Okay. Now, both of them are already written as fractions. So we can just multiply. But there would be a lot easier way to multiply these than just multiplying 9 times -5 and 15 times 9. What can we factor out first? Are there common factors? Look at these numbers. Could we reduce -5 over 15? Do you want to know why we can reduce this?
No.
Yes, you do.
Because,
Could we rewrite this? Could we rewrite this and make it -5 over 9? Can you rewrite multiplication in a different order? What is that property? That's the commutative property. So we can use the commutative property to rewrite it. And what's 9 divided by 9? 1. So we can reduce that to 1. What's -5 over 15? Isa? What? -3. Where's the -3? There's a -3 somewhere in there, sort of. What's -5 over 15? Think about it again. What are you taking out of both numbers? 5. So how many 5s are in -5? 1. How many 5s are in 15? 3. So this is really reduced to -1/3, right? Now multiply them. What's -1 times 1? -1. What's 3 times 1? 3. Okay. Somebody say, do we have to do that?
6 is 1.
Well, no, you don't have to. You can do -45 over, what's 15 times 9? 135. Okay.
Yay.
Then reduce it.
Like simplify?
14. So 1.
So what?
-1 over 14.
What are you going to take out?
What is
Okay, 5. So then divide both by 5, and that's -9 over what?
I have no idea. 27.
27. Then reduce it again.
So -1 over 3.
So that's -1 over 3. See, you can get there the same way without reducing first. But it would be a lot easier to just do this. 1, 1, 1, 3, -1/3.
That's easy.
Okay. 9 over 9 is 1. Negative 5 over 5 is 1/3. And we can multiply it that way. Okay? Yeah, it's negative 1. There we go. Negative 1 over 3. Okay? So this is a lot easier. Okay? It really is, to pull out the factors, the common factors. Okay? So, let's go to division. What do we do with division? Let's see. Actually, we'll pick that up next time. I'm just going to start on multiplication for today, okay?
No!